Yo, what is good, guys? A nice first day in the market today. Made some good money, took some profits. This is going to be kind of a different video today. I'm going to be showing you guys a lot of stuff, more on the complicated side of technical analysis that you may not be familiar with, you may have never seen before. But this is what allows me to snipe the bottoms and tops in the market. And I really encourage you to watch this whole thing through because I'm going to be showing you things that most others don't. So, with all that being said, make sure to show this video some love, give it a like and subscribe, and let's just hop into it. So, I did not sleep last night, so I'm a little tired. I apologize if I sound groggy or whatever, but I found a lot of stuff that I'm excited to share with you guys. So, yeah, let's just get into it. So, Google, Microsoft, big tech companies had their earnings today, and they honestly should not have gone up considering they missed expectations. And although Google's ad revenue was higher, I don't know. I do not think this was very logical to happen, but that's the market we're in. It's very manipulated, so it's not really surprising, but yeah, interesting. So as a result, Spy is up pretty high in after hours, and we're gonna be talking about Spy quite a bit today. So make sure to watch this whole thing through because trust me, I got a lot of stuff that you're gonna like on the Spy. So I say we're yeah, let's just move on with it. So in the Discord, I was extremely bearish. I really did not think there was any way we could go up. I gave all of my reasons for being bearish and my reasons for being bullish, and that's not cutting it. You can clearly see there's a big difference here. I shown all these things, and I made sure everyone knew what I was thinking. I wanted to see right today, and that's what we got. So I'm gonna be showing and explaining a lot of stuff in this video. We're gonna take a look at the VIX as well as the semiconductor short, which I took profits on today. But for SPY, we're going to be taking a look at Bollinger Bands in the Keltner channels, point and figure zones, head and shoulders patterns, gaps, phantom bars, sequence counts, a lot of indicators such as the ADX and the OBV, MACD, pivot points, the Ganfan, Ichimoku cloud, yeah, so a lot of things. So I really suggest watching this whole thing through because if you want to learn something, you're probably going to learn something in this video. So to start, VIX, I've been watching for that breakout. My past few videos I've done. I said we're in this rising wedge, or falling wedge here, which is a bullish reversal pattern. And so far, the past 2 days, we've been good. So we've been moving up, and yeah, that's it for the VIX. I guess I'm looking for more continued upside. See if it can do that. But for a semiconductor short, we took profits today, or at least I did. As you all know, we went long here, we sold here, we went short here, which we did with this inverse ETF. We got in right around here. I sold today right up here, and because I'm not really sure what it's doing. Yesterday's video, I said I wanted to sell my short positions just because the market is at a very tricky spot right now. So that's it for the semiconductors. I'm still watching that. I'm also still watching biotech, but it's all at an interesting area right now. So on to SPY. Yeah, let's just start with SPY. So Bollinger Bands in the Keltner challenge is where I want to start. This is how I knew we were gonna get a decent move today. We didn't have like a 3% down day, but it was a relatively red day, and the way I saw this was with these Bollinger Bands in the Keltner channel. So, let me hone in on this. You can probably see it better on the 30 minutes. So, yeah. When you see the Bollinger Bands, this green and red line, when you see it tightening up as well as inside of the Keltner channel, these blue lines, it's indicating consolidation and an imminent breakout. And that's what we got. It finally broke out. You got that volatility, and you broke out. So I knew there was going to be a breakout once I saw these Bollinger Bands getting very, very close together. That's what you got. You got your breakout, and I tied it with all these other indicators. We were at the top of the channel, which I called that out in my video where I said the short squeeze is burning out, and yeah, so we called that top there, and I'm going to show you a pattern that I saw this morning. Head and shoulders. This played out pretty well so far. Let me clean this up so you can see the pattern right here. So you got your head and shoulders. I'm not sure if it's completed yet, but regardless, it's your head and shoulders. Something to note. And we also cut through this, so that's why it's so hard to see. Yeah, right here. So you can see we gapped underneath it, and as a result, this is something to watch. We could have to move back up and fill this gap or something before going lower or something, but that's just something to watch for now. And there were a lot of phantom bars this morning, which I'm just going to show you quick. So you had a lot in after hours, and you hit a bunch today to the downside, here, and you have a phantom bar at 381 and one at 396. So just things to note. Yeah, something to note. So we're going to take a look at this what's called point and figure chart, and this may look confusing, but I promise you, this is something you want to be able to understand, and you want to be able to expand your, arsenal of knowledge. And this is called a point and figure chart. This excludes time as a variable in the charts, and rather only charts price action. So I'm not going to spend too much time trying to explain it, but it shows upturns and downturns, and if it's in an upturn, it'll start a new column once the price kind of retraces past a certain amount of that previous upturn, and vice versa. So this was a big area right here. You can see big support, and I said in the Discord this was a very important area, and if it breaks, we drop. We broke it and we dropped. And yeah, that's all I have for that chart, but that was just something that was very obvious through my eyes, and something that really made me confident in my thesis that we would drop today. That's it for the point and figure zones, and we did the gaps, and I'm gonna start putting up a lot of stuff. It might look confusing, but I promise you, if you want to know how to know when the tops and bottoms are new, this is the stuff to use. So 2D sequence count, got the 9 count that also confirmed my bearish bias for the time being, and I'm gonna put back up. So I'm gonna start putting up a lot of stuff. So we're gonna take a look at these indicators, the ADX and the MACD on the 4-hour, as well as pivot points. So here we have what are called pivot points. You hit that R2 today, which was something I was looking at, and it seemed to have turned off of that, but this GAN fan, this is something very big I was watching. Previously last week we bounced off of it, went a little higher, and right now we're sitting on it once again. We closed underneath it, and if we stay under this, there is quite a bit of room underneath us. So this is something to be really watching here, that GAN fan level right here. So we're sitting underneath that right now. As for the MACD, the 4-hour, it's close to crossing over, and on the 30-minute, the ADX is confirming that SPY is in a trend, with the momentum being seemingly bearish so far. So we did sell off quite a bit today, so we could get relief, fill that gap that we did this morning, but regardless, this is confirming a trend. So we'll see how this continues to play out tomorrow, but yeah, that's just the sequence count. I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to start explaining these these reactions with the moving averages, and we're going to go into the Ichimoku cloud, which I think is probably the most important a crucial data set, I guess, that I was working with today. So make sure to be watching for that too. But as for the moving averages, So you had a lot of reactions on a lot of different time frames. So on the daily, you had right now you're sitting on the 50-day moving average. This is a big spot here. You're gonna want to see how it reacts with this line right here. But you're sitting on it right now. So really big spot on that. The 2 hour, I believe it's on the 50-day, the 200-day moving average. 200-day exponential moving average. So big spot on here. The 1 hour, currently sitting underneath the 50-day moving average. So there is a lot of we're at a big area. We're at a big area with a lot of catalysts, from earnings to GDPs. The GDP numbers coming out on Thursday. That is very big. You're really gonna want to be paying attention to that. The Fed basically just kind of changed how a recession is defined. If you don't know, it used to be 2 negative GDP reports in a row, and now they said that doesn't necessarily mean we're in a recession. So, maybe they're trying to soften the blow if we get two negative GDP numbers in a row. But I don't know. The market, I don't know. It's pretty wild right now. So, we'll just have to see how that goes on Thursday. FOMC meetings tomorrow. You will see insane volatility tomorrow. So expect volatility. Yeah, a lot of catalysts. You got some more big earnings from the big tech companies going on later this week. So, the weekly MACD, this is another big thing I'm just going to show you quick. It's kind of getting rejected here somewhat. This is a pretty big area. I think you would see how it reacts within 2 weeks with these two lines. And if it rejects, I would say you're going to 350. So the next few weeks, you're going to see some more direction kind of being, I guess just kind of being constructed, kind of seeing where we're going to be going. But, yeah, that's just something I wanted to show you, that weekly MACD. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to put up the cloud now, the Ichimoku cloud. So I'm going to take off the pivots, moving averages, and yeah, that should be good. So, let's see. I'm just taking this off of a list because I have so much stuff that I had to show you guys today. So, there was no way I could have remembered all this. But, a trend line channel break. So, first I'm going to talk about this, and then, some trend lines, which, we broke out of, and I'm looking to retrace back to before possibly having a sustained move to the upside. So, for the cloud, on the 4 hour today, we had some big resistance here. So, actually, let me clear this up even a little more. So, horizontal lines, and yeah, so towards the end of the day, this is where we bounced off of right around here. I believe there's something on the 1 hour as well. Yeah, right here. So, I was looking for that bounce at the end of the day, but regardless, there was a lot of kind of testing the cloud today. So we're just gonna go through all the time frames. On the 30-minute, the cloud, you seem to have somewhat of a decent support right here. So I didn't expect to just fall through all of this at once, because there were a lot of trend lines, a lot of levels, a lot of supports that were kind of acting as support in this region. So the 1 hour, that's it for the 30-minute. The 1 hour, you also had that support. I want to show you guys where we kind of got rejected from the cloud. I believe that's on the daily. But yeah, you had support on the top of this cloud right here, and this is where you got somewhat of a rejection from that previous support. But the daily here, this is the big spot. Right here, you had a hidden resistance that we got rejected at today, right under the cloud. A very thick cloud, so I don't think we can get through this. Definitely not right now, but it's very thick, so there's a lot of resistance. And yeah, we got rejected at that hidden resistance. So a lot of interesting interactions with the cloud today, kind of testing it as support and just kind of testing the waters for now, but you're sitting on the GAN fan, and there's a lot of room underneath that. So, next few days, GDP numbers, FOMC, Meta has earnings tomorrow, which I would say that's pretty important, especially after Snapchat. They had the lowered guidance that gave a pretty bad outlook for ad revenue, although Google did good with theirs. It's I don't know. You really just have to kind of watch and see how it goes. So, that's what I have for the cloud. We're just kind of seeing how it interacts with this for the next few days, especially on the 4 hour. This is pretty thick too, so we might actually be getting pushed out of this again very soon. But a lot of interesting interactions with the cloud. So, yeah, there's not too much else I have to say. I explained to you really my thought process on why I thought what I was thinking, and I really hope you learned some stuff from this, because this is how I find the bottoms and tops in the market. And I'm going to show you some quick trend lines, the ones that we broke out of. I believe it was this one. This one, and this. I'm looking for this to get tested as support. I think it's likely we can. We're honestly not that far from it, but this is where I would consider kind of going long, because we have that unfilled gap at the low 400s, 401.50ish. So it's not filled, and I'm still watching that. So I think I told you guys everything I wanted to tell you guys. I'm just going to go over everything. So I showed you the VIX, the Bollinger Bands, Keltner channels, the point and figure zones, the gaps, the phantom bars, sequence counts, divergences, pivot points, the ADX, the MACD, the GAN fan, Ichimoku cloud. So I give you a lot of stuff today. My outlook on the next few days, really, it's we're a little oversold, so we could get a bounce. We got that gap above, so it's still a very tricky area, which is why in yesterday's video I said it does not hurt to just sit on the sidelines and wait. So we're gonna see how tomorrow goes, the days after, but pivotal days the next few days. So that's where I'm gonna leave this video. If you watch this whole thing through, give it a like and subscribe. And if you want to join the Discord, that's going to be in the description below. And yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it. So, peace out, guys.